There are 7 photographs of me from that afternoon. I have never counted them myself. Other people counted them at different times and got different numbers. The woman who took them wrote 24 years later that she made 5. The Library of Congress holds 5. 2 more turned up somewhere else entirely. Nobody wrote down the order. I know the order. I was in the middle of it. March 1936. We had been picking beets in the Imperial Valley and we were going north on Highway 101, heading for the lettuce near Watsonville, because that is what you did. You drove towards the next thing that was ripe. The timing chain went. Not a crash, not a bang. The engine simply stopped pulling, and we rolled, and we came to rest just inside a field on the Nipomo Mesa, where somebody had put up a sign for pea-pickers. There were, depending on who was counting, between 2,500 and 3,500 people in that field. The pea crop had frozen. Every one of them had come for work that no longer existed. Jim and 2 of my boys took the parts and went into town. I stayed with the younger children and put up a lean-to out of canvas, because we were going to be there at least a night. Children almeno for lefts to seis. I cooked, and children I had never seen and stood to have a bite. Toward the really parents saying is nust in my fire after so a jumble till fight. Big guys, and somebody Andy to mubi children. Was the man as bite, your could immune feed of some little video with a Keith. I stayed. Your kudring I had never seen came out of the other tents and stood near the fire and asked if they could have a bite. That is what was happening when the car pulled up. She did not knock, because there was nothing to knock on. She came at us. That is her word. She wrote later that she approached as if drawn by a magnet. And she started with the wide frame. The whole lean-to. The canvas, the poles, the flat dirt, the sky doing nothing. In that frame you can see that we are outdoors and that the shelter is temporary. What you cannot see, because it is behind her and to the left, is the rest of the field. 2,500 people, minimum, every one of them in the same condition. She never turned around. Every one of the 7 exposures faces the same way, into our shelter, away from the camp. I want to be fair to her. She had been on the road a month. She was trying to get home. She did what a person does when the light is going. But the picture that the country got out of a field with 3,000 people in it was of one family. Mine. 2 of the frames were taken from further out and at an angle, showing us in the tent from the side. Those 2 never reached Washington. They are not in the Library of Congress. The library's own guide to the series says so, in a note at the top of the page. 2 images, medium range, from an angle, apparently never received. They ended up in the Oakland Museum of California. In her own archive, which is a different building, a different cataloging, a different catalog, and a different set of rules about who gets to see what. So if you go to the National Collection and ask to see everything from that afternoon, you are shown 5 things and told that is everything. It is not everything. It is what arrived. She moved in. That is the one thing everybody agrees on. She worked closer and closer, from the same direction, without ever changing her angle. In the closer frames, my older girl is in the shot, and then she is turned away. And then she is out of it. The baby stays. The baby was always going to stay. Because a baby in a photograph does a particular kind of work. I did not arrange any of that. I was sitting still with a child on me and other children moving around me the way children do when a stranger is pointing something at their mother. She asked me nothing. She has said so herself, in print. I did not ask her name or her history. She asked my age. I told her 32. 32 is the only true thing about me that survived into the caption. The last one is the one you know. My hand is at my face. 2 children have their heads turned into my shoulders. The baby is asleep across my lap. Nobody is looking at the camera, which is the whole reason it works. It does not look like a photograph of people being photographed. And in the bottom right-hand corner of that negative, there was a thumb. Mine. Holding a tent pole. Perfectly ordinary. It sat there in the corner of the frame for 2 years. Then, when the picture was being prepared for exhibition, somebody took it out. Scraped the negative. Retouched it away. Both versions are in the National Collection now. You can look at them side by side. The one the world knows, and the one with the thumb. Nobody has ever explained why it had to go. The best guess anyone offers is that it was untidy. That a thumb in the corner distracts from the composition. I think about that more than I think about the picture. Somebody looked at a photograph of a woman in a field with no food and decided the part that needed correcting was her hand. She was rushing home. The field notes she filed with that batch of negatives do not mention us at all. Not one of the 7. So the captions were written afterwards, in an office, apparently out of newspaper copy, and they do not agree with each other. One card says a 32-year-old mother of 7 children. One says 7 hungry children. One says 7 children without food. One says the father is a native Californian, there was no father in that shelter, and the man I was with had gone into town for a timing chain. And one of them says, in writing, that we had just sold our tent to buy food. We were sitting in the tent. The photographer's own account, published in 1960, says instead that I had just sold the tires off the car. My son said flatly, years later, that this was impossible. There was nothing to sell. The tires were on the Hudson, and we drove away on them. He did not accuse her of lying. He said he thought she had one story mixed up with another. 3 versions. The card, the article, the family. Nobody kept the paperwork that would settle it. 2 of the photographs ran in the San Francisco News on the 10th of March, with a story saying that thousands of people were starving at Nipomo. The government sent 20,000 pounds of food into that camp. We were gone. We had the car running and we had gone north to the lettuce, which is what we came for. For 42 years nobody knew my name, because nobody had asked for it. In 1978, a reporter from the Modesto Bee found me in a mobile home and recognized my face from a photograph taken when he was not yet born. I told him I wished she had not taken my picture. I said I could not get a penny out of it. She had said she would send me a copy. She never did. She could not have paid me either. The photograph was federal work. It belonged to the public from the moment the shutter closed. In 1983, my family asked publicly for help with my hospital bills. 2,000 letters came. I died that September. The stone says, migrant mother. 7 photographs. 5 in Washington, 2 in Oakland. 1 thumb missing. You have seen one of them your whole life,